Consolidated work management is on everyone's list as contingent workforce programs develop. But what does success mean in this complex and politically charged area? Well, let's talk to expert Cisco to find out.
Workforce classification was one of the hot topics of this conference. 3 important things to remember about workforce classification. One is get it right the first time. It's really important that the business and your MSP service provider understand how to correctly classify the workforce. Second thing is how you classify your workforce is really important in terms of your obligations to your suppliers and to the workers themselves. Third thing is understand how strict you're going to be in terms of those definitions, because that's going to be important and will have consequences in how your program rolls out. Our future looks like it's going to be a bright one. It's going to involve a lot more outsourcing, becoming a part of managed service, and we think that we will fundamentally change the workforce mix at Cisco to a higher proportion of managed service and managed project, and a lower proportion of temporary workers, but with more consolidated supply base.
So for us, the key issues really is making sure that we capture all the types of contingent worker spend in our program. And that also involves all of the outsourced services that we procure from our suppliers, and making sure that we are getting these services from the right suppliers, obviously at the right price, but also that we're getting the right innovation back to Cisco. But one of the key things is really to define how you categorize your contingent workers. So at Cisco, we took a really strict approach around managed services and managed projects under statement of work module, where the supplier is responsible for the deliverables that they provide and responsible for managing the resources that are provided to Cisco. We're not involved in that. With regards to temporary workers or the job postings, that is really an area where Cisco selects and picks these workers, and they often deliver services that are like for like with Cisco employees. And we've also put in place a tenure limit for these workers, because they do expose the bigger risk for us as seeing as Cisco employees. So that is really a key part of making sure that you have your definitions correct and that you are managing your suppliers accordingly, and making sure that as part of your change management program, the hiring managers understand the differences and can comply with those requirements. And a policy helps.